Hi everyone and welcome in this tutorial. Just to beginning, I'm going to push just some color. So I push some tanned flesh from Army Painter, all my principal color on the miniatures. When I develop painting schema for an army or anything else, I always try to have one very important color like flesh and some secondary color. Here it will be the green, and the last one will be the gray from the non-metallic metal. So I'm going to put some dark gray to have all my non-metallic metal base okay before I start to push shadow and light on the miniatures. So now I'm going to put some highlight with my basic skin tone from model color. You can use any kind of light color for skin, elf flesh or anything else that can be work. As you can see, I'm going to dilute really more. I try to have something like we need to find a consistency like a milk. I don't know if the good word is consistent, but more I paint, more less I touch surfaces, and more I put some very small points of light. I'm going to put more shadow on the skin, in the skin. I don't know. I'm going to put some shadow with flat earth from model color. This is very cool color to have some dark skin. If you want to make this kind of Mediterranean guy, it can be very cool to use this. I'm going to add some black directly on the comment on dit la barbe? Beard. On the beard. I'm going to put more and more shadow, just like that. After some step, I will start to put shadow and light on the other part of the miniatures, on the clothes, on the non-metallic metal, and after I can come back on the skin to make something more, to have a good, comment on dit équilibre, balance, a good balance between my different colors. Now I'm going to add some clear distinction between non-metallic metal and skin with some black color all around my metallic parts. This helped me to have something more clear and more easy to read. As you can see, I make all the turn of my parts, my metallic parts. That part is very important for me to see in which way I'm going to add white on this non-metallic metal. I'm going to put really more black on very large parts like that. There are some parts very deep on the miniatures, like this one. So I'm put some very it's like a wash, but with a little bit more control, because I just dilute my black, and I have. So now I'm just going to put some shadow in my green. I use my basic color I put with the Army Painter primary, I think it was Goblin Green, something like that, to have my green clothes very clear. The first and the most important things is to have a good source of light, to be sure to have the good shadow in the right place. So I put some shadow on all the toute la partie sur toute la partie basse. Je sais pas comment dire ça. Faut que je me trouve un traducteur, moi. I need to find a perfect translator for my video tutorial. It will be perfect. So I'm going to put more dark and shadow with some dark sea blue. So with my dark sea blue, I'm going to put more and more shadow. And after that, I will wait that paint. Comment on dit sec? Wet? Dry. Okay. I'm just going to wait that my paint is dry. As you can see, I push my clear color, my light color, on just some parts. So I'm going to put more gray, light gray on the non-metallic metal. And some black on the base. So I put some more and more lights, and I always try to touch a very small part to focus the light only on very small points. So I'm going to add more gray on my non-metallic metal to push the highlight and to create. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Gregory, for your translation. So in Burnouts, you can play like in Necromunda, but there are some campaign you can make to win more experience, and these miniatures is going to be introduced in a campaign created by Pierre Guy. So he put in the comment that he work on it right now, and it's cool to know that every one of the team he work a lot to finish everything of this campaign in time. So that's cool. I put more and more light on my non-metallic metal. So I'm going to put more and more gray to have something more clear and with a good visibility. On this mini we have more details than the children, so you need to wait. So it's more long to paint. And come back with some gray just to put more and more light and contrasts on my parts in the part in non-metallic metal. I totally forget to clean some parts on this side, so I'm going to clean that directly. That's happened. So I just need to clean with an X-Acto like that. It's always hard when you already start the paint, but it will be it's better when you directly correct that kind of mistake. I'm going to put more and more light in the green, just by adding some of this Gorgon hide from Army Painter. This is a new range of Army Painter paint. I'm going to add more and more contrast with black now. For me, it's very, very important to have some good contrasts between the different parts of my mini, to have something very easy to see and understand. To show how it's important, as you can see, I put some highlights only on some parts of the beard, just to be sure the eyes of people who see the miniatures is going to be focused on a small part. I'm going to put some black, very small part. As you can see, I come in every little part to make some lining with my black. I'm going to put more and more contrast on every part to have something more easy to see from. Ouf, je commence à fatiguer de l'anglais moi. Sorry, it's very hard for me to speak English when I paint, but I try. And one day it will be perfectly fluent, but for the moment it's a little bit hard. I put more and more black. The little things sometimes I prefer on traditional sculpt is about volume. Sometimes you need to increase the volume when you paint some miniatures who are sculpted in 3D. I'm going to add more and more black to create more and more contrast. So now I put some dark color for skin. I use some red color and hot color to contrast with the green. I try on the skin to have something not really, not too much contrasted, contrary to the non-metallic metal. For the skin, I need to have something more. I don't know if the word is smooth, with perfect, with some perfect transition. On non-metallic metal, we don't really need a perfect transition because the contrast is very, very important. So et avoir des points de lumière assez forts. Donc là, on va pas hésiter à vraiment avoir de la peinture un peu plus, encore un peu plus épaisse pour vraiment poser des points de lumière. So I come back with my ivory color and I am going to put very, very intensive light. And for that reason, I'm not going to dilute the paint too much. So it's going to have some really big points of light like that, like that. I can come back after. This is never a problem to put some big highlights and come back after to reduce the contrasts by put some layer. So don't hesitate to push the light in the best direction you can. As you can see, I'm going to put very small line of white. Never hesitate to make some to stop a little bit your paint Don't try to paint 2 or 3 hours directly, and make some comment on dit pause, some break, because you're it's sometimes it's a little bit painful for the hand. So don't never hesitate to make some break every something like 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, and that's the best way to have more better view of your miniatures. When you come back, you always see some little things you don't see at first. So I'm going to push more and more point of light with my ivory. You can push some texture on the non-metallic metal if you make some little little line like that, and after we can remove or add more contrast onto to focus the attention on the small parts. So we make that in something like 1 hour. So I'm going to add more red in the skin. At this moment, my paint is going to be very diluted, just to have something more easy to. So I dilute a lot my red, and I'm going to put on some parts. I'm going to add more and more highlight on my green paint. Donc là, comme vous le voyez, je reviens avec de l'ivoire pour rehausser. As you can see, I come back again with ivory to put some highlights and just some few parts. Donc now I am come with some flat earth, the paint, and I had in the paint a little bit ivory to push more light on the small parts, like that. So JB, Jean-Baptiste, is going to help me to develop the portrayal. So that's very cool. I take a look and it's very, very cool. And if we find a way, we will use all the skill of Jean-Baptiste to propose something in translate in English, in good English, better than mine. I'm going to add a little bit more dark sea blue in the shadow of the skin, but you need to make that it needs to be very, very light. It's just some very light. C'est quoi le mot pour filtre? Filter? Layer. Yes. Thank you. So we are going to launch some miniature kits with Army Painter, and we will have tutorial inside, the complete tutorial in paper and in video. So you can very easily use exactly the same paint and make sure that you make the same movement. It's really the best way. A big thanks to to Dark Iron Studio, who helped me to make that. He makes the paper, and after I make the video for that. So that was a very cool way to work with some of my friends and very talented painter. So I'm going to add more and more black, just to have something more clean. So for the base, I just put a little bit more highlight. Thanks to everyone. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to check on my Facebook for my next Patreon project. Thanks again, and see you very soon. Bye bye, and have a good paint.